There will be some competitions, road shows, and exhibitions for this convention. There will be the opening ceremony and also one main session and over a dozen of sub-panels. The most famous academicians and experts will gather here in Harbin to discuss the development of 5G. For example, 5G plus agriculture, 5G plus industry, 5G plus smart city, smart mines, and smart factories, smart communities, etc. Those fields are very familiar fields for the application of 5G. They will discuss the future of 5G and whether 6G is around the corner. Those information will be unveiled in the coming days in the 14 panels. In addition to the gathering of experts and scholars to discuss the future of 5G technology, there is more. The main forum is a combination of exhibitions and competitions and convention. And this is the exhibition. I am now standing in the exhibition hall. The area is over 10,000 square meters. The most cutting-edge 5G enterprises are now exhibiting themselves in this hall with their most advanced results of 5G technology, like plus agriculture industry, plus healthcare, plus robotics, plus AI, and also some new concepts. That's quite a boost to VR and AI technologies. And today we're going to see all of those new technologies. The newest products of 5G will be shown here in the exhibition. I will show you. Now, please follow my step to explore this exhibition. First of all, at my left hand, that's the pavilion of Huawei, and we have a special guest, Professor Zhou. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure for me to take you around in the Huawei Pavilion. What's the first thing you want to present to all the viewers? 5G technology spurs the booming of applications, and it improves customer experience, helps to integrate different industries so that the industries could be upgraded towards the low-carbon pathway. For example, the fast growth of 5G allows the 5G stations to exceed 800,000, accounting for 60% of the world's total. And 5G users is approaching 70% of the total. And there is an old saying in China that if you want to get wealthy, build a road first. Now with the high-speed rail, highways, and 5G technology, now we are building a grand network to allow for more applications to run on that network. With that well-developed infrastructure, energy saving, carbon picking, and carbon neutrality are the common pursuits for everyone. So how to achieve those goals? There are two scenarios with massive energy consumption. One is the stations, the wireless stations, and also the computer rooms. Firstly, let's visit the base stations. Under the computer room, there is usually another room for equipment. There may be cabinets in the room, but now we have simplified that infrastructure with only one pole. That greatly reduces energy consumption. And since China holds a large number of base stations, with over 10 million base stations Some are 2G, some are 3G, 4G, and 5G. So we would love to contribute to energy saving with green energy choice. Speaking of the 5G base stations, I'm really wondering, why are the solar panels built on the two sides of this pole? We are turning the solar power into electricity, so we don't need to generate the power anymore. So that helps to reduce the emissions. With those new technology instruments, the 5G applications could reduce their energy consumption. That's true. With that combination, we could allow for energy saving and emission reduction in many industries. Another example is the computer rooms. We have some heat exchange solution or the cell solution, so that could cut the electricity consumption as well. What is this? It looks big. It's a model. It's a cell solution in the computer room. So it's a cell, it's a power. Yes, it's a very big power in the computer room. We have structural innovation, and also we adopt the innovative materials. This is a heat exchange solution. We're not consuming electricity. Instead, we are using the air for the cooling system. On my way here, I was really curious about Huawei's bike. What differentiates this bike from the usual bikes? It must be 5G supported? Yes. We will do a demo. It's a typical example of the combination of 5G and healthcare and sports. Previously, we preferred to go outdoors for exercise, but now because of the pandemic, it's not all time available. So now we could ride our bike, and all of those information are recorded on the screen. For example, heart rate and speed. It's very immersive experience, and it feels quite close to really being outdoors. The bandwidth and some other features have been improved. That allows for such interaction. If supported by 4G and 3G technologies, what will it be? It will be difficult. Because of the limited bandwidth, they cannot generate such good experience and scenarios. The cycler is wearing goggles. That is VR goggle. He could see almost exactly what we are seeing, and he feels more immersive in that scene. As we know, 5G is applicable not only to home life. What are the other scenarios of 5G technology? Is this an accelerator? This is a smart mine. You may have heard about these open mines. In those scenarios, usually transportation is poor. And it's very hot in summer and cold in winter. So in that scenario, there may be some hazards. At some point, those mines may collapse. So that's dangerous for the workers on the site. To that end, we hope to apply the big bandwidth and DC features of 5G to the mining practices. We also have some video processing solutions. For example, can we move the operational desk from the on-site mine to the remote control center so that the operator can work while drinking coffee with their suits on? How come? Could you show us? Maybe there will be different cameras shooting different angles. You could see all of those indicators on the instrument board, dashboard, and we can restore all the scenarios of the mine. So the operator can basically operate exactly the same as on the site. So this operator is doing the moves as has been seen in the big screen. Yes, it's like digging. So space is limitless now. To complete the remote control, it's very demanding in terms of the telecommunication efficiency and speed of the internet. What is the latency of 5G? Bandwidth has to be mentioned here. We have high-resolution cameras in multiple channels requiring several hundred MBs of bandwidth. Traditional technologies cannot solve that. So for remote control, we may need the fiber opticals or the other means. But on the site, those optical fibers might be broken. That's why we resort to wireless solution. Another key parameter is latency. If the latency is very long, there may be no response to the control of the operator. We have done some years of exploration into 5G technologies. But now with the special features coming true, like a big bandwidth, low latency, we could apply the 5G technology finally to a lot of scenarios, not just underground mines or open mines or maybe pyres, the landfill sites where it's not suitable for people to work. So in the harsh environment, 5G technology is very promising. It would be a replenishment or a complement. Even in a very far position, we can control. So from thousands of kilometers away, I can control it, and I can complete my job. The laborers feel more dignified, and they're put in a safer place. And efficiency is improved. So 5G is not just applied to the scenarios, it contributes to safety. In Heilongjiang province, it's an old industrial base in northeastern China. There are so many mining owners. So will 5G technology bring great benefits? Sure. This is another underground mine scenario. It supports hundreds of cameras, and the photos could be played back very quickly. Traditional cameras cannot give us the whole picture. But now, we can see the whole picture. So when you're controlling behind the scene, you have more evidence. So your decision is grounded. Even though I'm not on site, everything is visible. There are so many cameras to prevent explosion. It's not easy. Some scenarios may pose the unprecedented problems like explosion underground in the mines. So we have to pay special attention to the difficulties. 5G technology is, I allow you to go thousands of kilometers away, but still, I do not cause a hurdle. Is that a cross-country car That is the inspection robotic. There is a camera on top. And what is the scenario for this robotic? For example, in the chemical parks or the substations, the manpower inspection would be very tiresome, and the people cannot walk many distance, and it's hazardous. So if we have such inspection equipment like this, it can monitor some special cases, so we could quickly respond to the emergencies. I saw the camera moving 360 degrees. Previously, we may need 2 to 3 workers to do the inspection work, but now one vehicle could work it out. Of course, this robotic needs to rest. In the mining business, are those products already commercialized or just conceptual? It depends on the acceptance level of the enterprises. Take the chemical park as an example. China is a big country in chemical industry. China ranks #1, and chemics produce a lot of materials. For example, the glasses we are wearing. But the big side effect is that once a problem occurs in the chemical parks, there will be huge danger caused. So we need intelligent management. Smart management needs connection. Without data, there will be no management at all. So we must allow such a data transmittance and connection in the different regions of the chemical parks. There might be some blind spots, so we have to cover all of those spots to have full coverage. There will be some on-site sensors, cameras, and then the data are transferred back to the backstage. And the backstage technologies could have intelligent recognition and management. So data connection is the basis. Traditionally, if we use the optical fiber or cable, it would be very costly and it takes time. We have to dig in the chemical parks for a very long time. But 5G is low cost and cost effective. You just mentioned that 5G is like building roads for us to get wealthy. It's like an invisible highway. Those base stations are connected all together to cover all of those blind spots and deliver real-time connection. That's why we could receive real-time data. And it can better support some smart applications. Here I see the words smart grid. So is 5G already adaptable to the grid? In Shandong, Guangdong, and some other provinces, 5G has already been applied in smart grid. This is power distribution network. Traditionally, we use the manual work. That's risky. It's like 10,000 volts. But now we have some load control remotely. It doesn't require manpower anymore. And the system is very responsive very quickly. So can I take it this way? I can see the valves and the handles. So traditionally, we have to use these levers to handle. But now, with 5G technology, I don't need this lever anymore. My colleague can show you. Thank you, Mr. Zhou. In your exhibition, we just witnessed a lot of scenarios of application. For example, smart grid, smart mines, smart sports and fitness. Those are very innovative. To be honest, 5G has empowered tens of thousands of industries already. That's right. In the short run, people might only pay attention to the fundamental task of 5G, like smartphone applications. But in the long run, we hope to empower more industries, for example, digitalization, intelligence, upgrading of businesses. Because of the special features, people could have cloud control of the systems, for example, the smart grid. But of course, it's very demanding in terms of the network connection. Digitalization transformation requires not just 5G. 5G is just a connection technology. There might be high-resolution video to be supportive. And also, AI technology is helpful. If we can integrate all of those technologies and put them together, then we can realize transformation and upgrading. Thank you. So that's our first exhibition, Pavilion. Over there, we saw different 5G applications like smart mines, 5G plus life, 5G plus grid, 5G plus petrochemicals. So our life and industries have been supported by 5G widely. When I was talking with Mr. Zhou, I was impressed by the saying that 5G is like an invisible highway. It's incessantly offering different conveniences and speedy telecommunication in every aspect of our lives. But that's just an appetizer, and we're about to enter into the second pavilion. And we will see more 5G plus scenarios. Here, this pavilion shows us 5G plus smart city and smart construction. Now, let's find more. Now let's look into China Unicom, and we will learn more about smart construction, smart buildings, and meta universe. Mr. Jing Mei Chen. Ms. Jing Mei Chen will be our presenter. Good afternoon, everyone. I would love to show you China Unicom's contribution to smart buildings. China Unicom fully considers 14th five-year plan, from the designing to living and the infrastructure management in the surroundings. We are generating high intelligent level. I can show you the real application scenarios. We can sense the application of meta universe in those buildings. Yes, we are combining virtual reality. We can deliver real-time interaction. I see several plots. So, is 5G available everywhere? Sure. Low latency, big bandwidth features have been very helpful, allowing for high-resolution videos, so we could have remote management of the working sites. So that's about intelligent sites. And over here, we have 3D plus VR and modeling technologies. So we have 360 panoramic image. So people could have the meta universe like tour around those apartments. It's very convenient and it covers wider areas. It can receive a myriad of data from the sensors, so it's real-time monitoring. Could you show us how 5G is applied in the several scenarios? You can watch the screen. First of all, we can scan this scenario and we can see more details not shown on the sandbox. For example, the equipment operation status, the source of the materials. AI technology allows it. We can enter into the data mid-desk in real time, so the data are changing. Based on the 5G network, plus AI camera, we can have remote distance measurement. This is the thing about our construction site. Can we see all of those similar demonstration in all of those terminal products? As long as you can scan with the network, it's the same. We would learn the progress made on the construction site. What about the visits and tour around the apartments through the meta universe means? We can put on the goggle to learn more details about the apartments. When we have monitored some cracks on the walls or some other safety hazards, we can report to the backstage with a warning. 5G and meta-universe technologies can enable us to visit the Harbin apartments when we are in Shanghai. It's very immersive. And on the screen, you could see the result. 5G plus VR and 3D modeling technologies make it happen. It's a panoramic image. And also we have a time and space deduction. For example, we can deduct the temperature, the sunlight in the rooms. So compared to traditional procedure of buying an apartment, it's very time-saving. And it also saves a lot of cost, for example, by designing or constructing those prototype rooms. It's very convenient. I can see the time slots: 10 a.m., 21 p.m. What time has been changing? Yes. We can also deliver information like humidity and oxygen content. We have the deduction system to get those numbers. They are not randomized. I heard that some transportation and pipelines can also be visible through the goggles. Yes. Now I would love to show you the city management. We can monitor real time. For example, the displacement of the well lids and the fall down of the advertisement boards and the waterlogging on the road in the raining or stormy days. With those monitoring, we can have better management of the city operation. So the information can be real-time and transmitted through 5G network. What is the latency? Within 30 seconds. In addition to smart transportation, you just now mentioned about a smart corridor. With the data provided, we will do a modeling. And it says water discharge pipeline and gas pipeline damage. It's a simulation. We could measure the gas density through the sensors, and then we can monitor and locate the leakage position. Then with a telescope, we can refer that information back, and our experts in the remote distance could have communication with the on-site workers, helping the workers to locate the leakage point and restore the pipeline. So we are using the features of 5G like big bandwidth to realize the goals of smart buildings and smart cities. Because of the 5G features, it has wider coverage. There will be not poor signal at any corner, and the data delivered in real time by the sensors would be very helpful. Thank you for your introduction. Just now we saw the operation of smart buildings and smart cities, smart construction sites. Without going outdoors, the developers can see the status quo of the construction sites. And also, the buyers of apartments can see the buildings from afar. When I'm in Beijing and I want to buy an apartment in Shanghai, it's possible. I can just sit home and resort to the 5G technology to meet our needs of viewing those apartments. Now we have toured around those technologies in our lives. Now we will see smart factories. On the big screen, it says 5G plus smart factory. It's a typical scenario. And we have a guest with us, responsible for this pavilion, Kong Debing. Madam Kong, could you please introduce about the 5G applications in the smart factories, and what are the advantages of smart factories compared to traditional ones? The biggest strength of 5G includes wide connection, low latency, and big bandwidth. We will install a lot of sensors in the production lines and a lot of gateways, so we can transfer a large number of data to our platform in real time. That's about the big connection. I can see like VR visit on the screen, and a lot of those functions have the words 5G plus. So does it mean that all of those segments have the application of 5G? Yes. We have 5G signal. For the plants, 5G not only guarantees real-time transmission of the large number of data, and through UPS, they could be decentralized, so the data will not go out. That guarantees the data safety of the plants. Are those operationable? Because we want to see in person. We may firstly collect data in the production lines. For example, the motor, the decelerator. Then the data are transferred to the control room. And we have a DPS system. It's like our brain. All the business segments could be connected. There will be no data barrier. And there will be a one big screen in that control room to cover all the plant areas. Secondly, there are so many cameras in the plants. We will capture the videos from the cameras, and then through AI algorithm, we can identify some forbidden areas. For example, the workers go into the forbidden areas, then we will send out the warning signal. And thirdly, data safety. In the plants, we pay attention to workers' safety as well. So we ask the workers to wear the helmets. And in the no smoking areas, we can also use the AI algorithm to identify and warn in real time. On the screen, it says this worker is not wearing safety helmet. That's true. With 5G camera, you can capture that scene immediately and refer that information to the backstage. Another story is about the quality inspection. In the cement plant, there will be such a belt. For example, pollution inspection, the valve status inspection. So the machine replaces visual inspection. It improves the quality inspection result and efficiency. And it replaces manpower. According to my father, who used to be the worker, he used to wear a lot of instruments to do the quality inspection. He had to do a lot of manual work. But now, that's not needed. There will be a lot of smart means to replace manpower. There will be no need of workers on the site. In some complex environment, manpower would basically rely on the experience of the workers. And that hazardous environment might be heavily polluted by the dust or noise, so we can use the machines to replace manpower. By realizing the quality inspection, we can generate more safer working environment. Last but not least, 5G plus VR visit. In the cement plant, the upstream is the mine. In the mine, visiting is a dangerous experience. And the mines are very complicated. Sometimes we cannot mount either on foot or through vehicles. For example, we cannot see in person the explosive site. So, how to be immersive? We apply 5G. With VR goggle, we can accomplish that purpose. Can I have a try? Go ahead. So the screen shows us only a small portion. I can see the big mine, and vehicles have been going in and out. Behind the mine, in the screen, there must be big mountains. There are slopes behind it. Wearing this goggle allows you to be very immersive. Thank you, Madam Kong, for the introduction. So just now, we have witnessed how 5G technology empowers the industrial bases. In addition, 5G empowers healthcare, old age care. So next, we will go to the old age care pavilion. This is Mr. Lin. Could you please introduce your technology solutions in terms of healthcare and old age care? We use digital means to empower the healthcare business. With our ecosystem, we can offer a closed-loop home care solutions. For example, you can measure your blood pressure or blood glucose at home, and the data will be uploaded to our home management platform, and your children can check the measurement results, your records. If you have some ailments at home, you don't need to go to the big hospitals. You can use your mobile phone apps and connect with the experts through the video conferencing for more counseling services. Even the doctors from the tertiary hospitals. I see so many instruments and devices here. Are they real-time connected with your 5G? Yes. It is connected with my cell phone. This is a pulse instrument. So you put your hand here in the pulse instrument, and I will get a lot of data about the traditional Chinese medicine. This is like a physical examination. What is the recipe? There will be the changes of the microcurrents. So there will be scores. And then there will be some TCM-related suggestions. So 5G is like a channel, yes. Big data and 5G connection allow us to compare the data. It's like a data channel. Can it examine every part of our body or some specific parts? Only specific parts. And it will give us a general score. For the 5G transmittance, what is the transmittance time? It needs real-time measurement and examination since it examines a lot of parameters. It takes more time, but for the blood pressure measurement, it takes only 1 second to acquire the data. It examines so many indicators, yes. So now the report is generated. I can see the overall score and the comments. So this is your health status. I see the words Smart Old Age Care Platform. What's special about it? It's a smart old age care platform. The community workers could monitor the equipment installed in the rooms of the old people. The data will be uploaded in real time, and I can show you. When the old people use the speakers, there will be a one-click call. He can click it, and then the platform will receive the call. And there is a countdown of 9 seconds because he may choose to cancel the call in the 9 seconds time. But actually the call can be uploaded to the community center in 1 second. It doesn't take that long. The ambulance in the hospitals can also receive that call. When the old people feel something wrong, the ambulance will be sent immediately. Such a calling system and the healthcare scenario must be based on the quick transmission feature of 5G technology. That's true. Thank you for your time, Mr. Li. So just now, we took you around 3 pavilions in Huawei. We saw the mines, smart life, smart grid, smart chemicals. We also showed you the application of smart technologies in the old industrial bases in northeastern China. And then we visited China Unicom. We saw the application of smart buildings, smart cities. And then in China Mobile, we saw the smart plants and healthcare, old age care scenarios. So that's about all I bring to you today in this exhibition. Tomorrow at the same time, please stay tuned with us. My colleague Wei Wenwen will show you more in this exhibition hall. In addition to what I introduced today, this exhibition hall includes a lot more funny things. For example, 5G plus healthcare, 5G plus agriculture, 5G plus natural resource monitoring. There are so many bizarre but funny and interesting things. See you tomorrow.